Dave Simon and his co-hosts are completing the remaining finishing touches for tonight's episode. If you are watching the replay, you can skip to the 4-minute and 54-second mark to get to Dave's intro. While you are waiting, watching live, take a look at the news and articles about pro wrestling and MMA from The Authority, the Ringside Report Network. Our website is at ringsidereport.net. That's ringsidereport.net.
Please wait. Hold on. Keep waiting. Almost done. 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 Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Please wait. Hold on. Keep waiting. Almost done. 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 Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment.
Welcome to today's broadcast from the Ringside Report Network. We are a viewer and listener-supported creative team. We would really appreciate it if you became a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. While you are waiting, watching live, take a look at the news and articles about pro wrestling and MMA, and while there, check out our exclusive merch, including great jiu-jitsu gear from the Ringside Report Network. Our website is at ringsidereport.net. It's ringsidereport.net.
Subscriber is speaking at the moment.
Ooh, yes. Yes, we are live. It's Ringside Report MMA. Tonight on the show, we're previewing UFC Paris, Imavov versus Borraio, middleweight title shot on the line.
Let's go!
It's a question. That's a question. It's one of the questions. Other question, who's going to win? Fred is here to answer those questions. We're here, as we are on Thursday nights. AJ's not here. Fred, where's AJ?
Being responsible?
Wouldn't the responsible thing to be is on the show here tonight with us?
I mean, priorities, man.
You're not going to, throw him under the bus, Fred? You're not going to disparage our friend AJ? You're not going to say bad things about him like he does about you when you're not here?
No, man. I think AJ's being a good fodder, and I support him. Contrary to Rampage. Whoops. Did I just say that?
Wow. Firing. What do you mean by that? Tell me. Let's go.
Well, I mean, AJ's taking care of his kids, man.
Yeah. And Rampage is not?
Well, I mean, I think I read somewhere that supposedly, like, Rampage hasn't even spoke to his son pretty much since this happened. Like, in an interview, he said he pretty much didn't have any. So, yeah, I'm sorry. But at the same time, man, that other guy is 25 years old, man. He's a fucking adult.
Still. Yeah, I've heard Rampage is, not talking to him. He's, disowned him since the incident. I mean, Rampage is saying that his son should face jail time, too. I just saw that pass by on our ticker. I didn't even know that one.
I don't disagree that much.
Yeah. Although, he probably won't.
I mean, I'm not a legal expert, but everybody would have to help the police build the case, and I'm not sure they're gonna get everybody to cooperate in the way, because we're dealing in wrestling, so
Yeah.
it could be a little harder of a case. You know what I thought the other day? I'm going so imagine this goes to court. Now the jury probably has to be people that don't follow wrestling, because anybody that follows wrestling will be tainted by this. So now imagine a jury full of people that don't understand wrestling and have to watch this.
Yep. It's hard to know what's real and what's not when you don't really understand, when you have no reference point for pro wrestling, when you don't really follow it, when you don't really know. I think that a match between Raja Jackson and Psycho Stu for Knox Pro Wrestling is more likely than any kind of jail sentence going to Raja Jackson, any kind of charges even being laid on him.
So you would trust Raja again in the ring?
Brother, there's money there. Are you telling me that you wouldn't actually want to see that match?
I mean, I'm more scared of the promoter putting that, you got to trust Raja not to go real.
But Raja's got a show. I think it would be the best thing for Raja and for everybody if they could work and do business, because
I mean, it's better than jail. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's much better than jail. And the promotion is telling everybody to keep their mouth shut, apparently. So you could see what they're angling for. Brother, we're always working. Isn't that what that guy said to Raja on the footage right after Psycho Stu hit him in the head with the beer can for no reason?
I mean, if all this is a work, man, I'll tell you what, these are the best actors ever, because Raja looked really pissed, he was out of control.
It's not a work, but you turn a shoot into a work to make money. It's not a bad move. If I was the promoter and Raja was down and everybody was down, I'd be like, well, we're going to sell a lot of tickets tonight, brother. Let's go. I think that's the move. That's the move. Yeah, no one's going to jail. Nothing's happening. the big question is not whether or not Raja Jackson goes to jail. It's whether or not the winner of this Saturday's fight in the UFC gets a title shot against Khamzat Chimaev. That's a big one. Because there's a chance, right? But there's another fight on the horizon that...
What was the other fight?
It was RDR, Rainier de Ridder, right? Fighting Rainier de Ridder, RDR. His next fight, because he just beat Robert Whittaker. And RDR's next fight is against Anthony Hernandez at a UFC fight night in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, on October 18th. So that's another fight that Dana White said was in play as far as a middleweight title shot. But if Caio Borralho or Nasruddin Imavov do something so amazing and so impressive, people might just be calling for the winner of that to get the title shot. People might just forget about RDR and Hernandez in like a month and go, whoa, I just saw this and these guys are amazing. Like, I'd like to see this guy fight Khamzat. Like, if Caio Borralho throws like a spinning elbow knockout or a kick, you know, something crazy, or he chokes him in the first round, it's like, ooh. You know, same for Nasruddin. You know, an impressive victory for either guy, I think, will have fans calling for a title shot.
Yeah, people have like short-term memory, so whatever happens, the most recent is what's going to be in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And both of these guys have a chance to be impressive and put their name as the next title contender here. Because Rainier de Ridder, he had a very nice win against Whittaker, but that feels like ages ago already. And he has another fight coming. So who knows? Maybe the winner of this fight, you know, you could already set up to face Khamzat, start planning this. Because when is the Rainier de Ridder fight and Hernandez?
October 18th.
I don't know. Maybe you wait till there to announce the next middleweight fight, but I wouldn't be surprised if Caio Borralho or Imanov look impressive, that they announce it right away, that the winner of that, if he's impressive in the post-fight conference, oh yeah, he's the guy getting the title shot. I wouldn't be surprised Dana telling this. Is Dana in France? Dana made the trip?
I don't know. Triple H was there. WWE was in France on Sunday. They were in France all last weekend. They did a show, SmackDown, in Lyon last Friday. And then they did Clash in Paris on Sunday. And then Monday Night Raw was in Paris too on Monday. And now UFC in Paris a few days later. If you're a fight fan in Paris, I mean, you're getting treats. When's TKO gonna do one of these like takeover weeks in Montreal? That'd be fun. You know, UFC pay-per-view, WWE pay-per-view, same week type of thing. SmackDown and then UFC the next night.
So, like, last time they came to Montreal, it was what, like 10 years we said since they came?
Oh, yeah.
Expect
Yeah.
at least another 10.
I mean, they said they did good business here.
Did they?
I don't know. They said they did. Tickets, you know, were barely sold, and then the next day, mysteriously, a bunch of them were sold. And then a lot of people apparently got free tickets, but the UFC said, you know, they did a huge gate. So, don't know. They made a lot of money, but did they sell a lot of tickets?
The same guy that gave $1 million at CGI bought a bunch of tickets to give away.
Probably. Yeah. How was that Craig Jones Invitational, Fred?
Wasn't great.
Oh.
Last year was better. Not a bit. Like I've said it before, like we've had in Montreal the Quintet Montreal events, and I'm not crazy about that format. There's a couple of things that bothers me. First of all, this double draw elimination thing is is boring because you got
Yep.
way too many fights that go to draw,
Yep.
and people want to see winners. Like draws are not appealing at all.
Yep.
And also, I'm not a big fan of the weight differences. Like I know people sell it like, oh yeah, the small guy versus the big guy, but when has a guy like that has like a 50-pound advantage really ever lost? I would ask in grappling, and it's happened, okay, here and there, but I believe that weight matters in grappling, and I would much rather see these guys face in a best of 5 series where you got the heavyweight faces the heavyweight, the light heavyweight faces the light heavyweight,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever gets the 3 wins first moves on the team. Keep the team concept and then make every fight a must win. Because now there's like too many of these fights where it's like, oh, a draw is good for him because he's eliminating him and, double elimination. And that's
Mhm.
kind of boring. And
Yeah.
also, like, during the fight, at some point, Victor Hugo, who's like the biggest heavyweight that was there, I forget who he was fighting, but he was standing up and he was holding the guy's back. And the announcer goes, a small guy, the announcer goes, we might see a suplex. And in my head, I was like, please, I don't want to see a suplex right now. I do not need to see this guy that has 100-pound advantage suplex this poor little man.
Yeah.
And luckily he didn't suplex him.
That's nice of him. But yeah, I watched some of it. I pretty much I realized it was on. I tuned in on Sunday night. Chael Sonnen and Craig Jones were about to do battle. As soon as I tuned in, I saw Chael get tapped in 30 seconds with a buggy choke. I had a good laugh. He went unconscious. It was hilarious. And then he wanted to run it back, and they did it again, which was even funnier. And then Craig Jones caught him in the exact same buggy choke, just as fast, and choked him out again. And then the referee, who was Big John McCarthy for some reason, was like, okay, that's enough. Chael was like, let's do best 3 out of 5. And Big John was like, that's crazy, Chael. You need to chill. And that's pretty much all I watched of it. I saw little bits here and there, but like that quintet format, it's tough because you have a lot of draws, like you said. And then when it gets to the end, if you're both on your last man, sometimes they go to a decision, which I hate. Like, I don't ever want jiu-jitsu to be decided on points. Because, like...
Well, I mean, 1 versus 1. Like, if it's 2 fighters fight... That's why I say make it a best of 5. And let's say, it's 2-2 and we have this last matchup, and that last matchup goes to decision. Well, that's what it is, But every fight has to have a winner.
But, like, it's not even points. Like, points aren't scored. It's just a decision of, like, who... They don't even score points. Like if there was a point system
for the teams,
they did.
Yeah, because that was the controversy. Because for the last fight, which was Luke Griffith against was it Nicky Rod versus Luke Griffith? I think was the last fight. They scored it a 10-8, which gave the win to B team.
Right.
With Nicky Rod, and that was the controversy that they gave a 10-8 for that fight there. So
they're scoring it like MMA, like a 10-point must system.
Yeah, on a fight.
See, I don't like that. I don't think that makes sense. Because like you could watch a match and it's like to give somebody a total advantage, unless somebody's got their back for the whole round and they're just controlling. Then okay, maybe, but
it comes back also to what I say, like weight matters. So let's say the guy that has 50-pound advantage, all he does is hold the guy to the ground. I mean, okay, you're gonna give him the win because he was on top, but I mean the guy on the bottom, like if you follow jiu-jitsu, surviving in the bottom in that situation probably is more impressive than the guy just holding with a 50-pound advantage.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the quintet. I'll be honest. I prefer one-on-one matchups.
I would like.
And if you're gonna do a team event, keep it one-on-one. Heavyweight faces the heavyweight, lightweight faces the lightweight, and make it best of 5. 5 guys on each team.
That feels a little long because I would like a 3-hour event. that I can watch and like have some stars on it and enjoy
Well-
like that. It's too
well,
long.
here's
It's
the
like
other
2
thing.
days.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. The first night was like 6-7 hours, I think it lasted. And so is that what we want for jiu-jitsu, to be like once a year, a weekend where we got to spend like 8 hours of our weekend watching jiu-jitsu once a year? I mean, it's fun, the CGI concept and all, but I would much rather, and some people, our friend Alan is going to hate me for saying this, but I would much rather see UFC BJJ sign a bunch of guys and
Yeah.
give me an event every month that lasts
Mhm.
only 3 hours, but has like title structures, that has like all that, than just a once a year event. Like, yeah, the CGI is cool, big prize, etc., blah, blah, blah. I want to see a real jiu-jitsu organization, and that's
Yeah.
more than once a year.
The only way you're going to get people into jiu-jitsu that aren't already doing jiu-jitsu is by giving them events that they can follow. Give them a story that they can latch onto, rather than once a year, here are the guys that like the people that are in the know, and everybody else is like, who's this guy? You know, once a year is not how you follow a sport. What sport has an event once a year? You know, like everybody's competing at different like tournaments here and there, but like it's not.
Like, it feels like a little bit like they're trying, I don't know, to make the Olympics, if you want. You know, like CGI
Yeah.
is sort of the Olympics. It's an event that happens, and yeah, there's other little tournaments. But yeah, I'm a fan. People like Craig Jones and all that, they're not a fan of the UFC because they have like exclusive contracts and all that. I kind of like exclusive contract. As a fan, I want to see all the fighters, and that's the problem right now with UFC BJJ. They need to sign a bunch of these big names, but with CGI done right now and not having another event, and it's not even sure they're going to have a third one. And even
Yeah.
if they do, it's in 1 year time. A lot of these guys might want to sign to UFC BJJ. So I hope that's what happens.
They have got, like, if they really want to make it work, they've got to throw piles of money at certain guys. You know, like they should have launched with Gordon Ryan.
Gordon's retired though now. He's
Is
not
he,
really
though?
active. Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
come on, he's the biggest name in the sport. They should have him involved in some way.
Maybe, but he's not the guy that, like, he'll come probably for a super fight or whatever, but he's not the guy that's going to be the champion and defending the belt often. You need guys that are hungry and that want to compete more often. Gordon's at the tail end of his career. I mean, he might be at the end already.
Is he getting beat though?
Probably not. I mean, he's still the
Well, that's
best
my
guy
point.
out there.
That's why I want to see
Yeah,
him
well.
in there. Like, this is the point. That's the point. Like, he's good, so he should be in it. They should pay him money so he could do matches 3 times a year for them.
I mean, there's a lot of guys, like, I know you don't follow it as much, but for example, like, I was talking today with guys at the gym. I'm such a huge fan of Pato, Diego Pato, Brazilian guy. He's the guy that the UFC should be signing to fight Mikey Musumeci. You know, like some of these guys, like Bodoni. There's like some high level guys that the UFC needs to sign.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they're giving us Musumeci against another unknown guy in October. And that's the problem with UFC BJJ right now, is that they're investing all into, it seems, 1 or 2 guys. Like, so Musumeci, they invested a bunch of him, and he's the champion of their division. Tackett, they invested a bunch in him, and he's the champ there. Probably the same thing for Mason Fowler. But now all these 3 divisions, you need some contenders. You need to invest a little bit more, like invest and get some of the top 10 guys in each of these divisions.
Yeah. What about the brothers there, the Rotolo brothers? Where are they at?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
They're signed for ONE FC.
Yeah. See, that's the
That-
problem. Like, there are names that I know about. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big... I love jiu-jitsu. I love doing jiu-jitsu, but I'm not a big jiu-jitsu watcher. I watch it sometimes, but not like you. But there are some names that I know that it's like, well, UFC should be signing them. They should be putting money on the names that are kind of out there that are well known, because that's how you build a brand. How about that Big Dan fellow?
Yeah, exactly. Well, he got injured, so that's why he didn't do a CGI. But you see,
how about that young
girl
girl that trains with John Danaher, who's like 16 or 17, who's winning all the things?
She won the tournament this weekend.
UFC
female tournament.
Oh, but I'm saying sign her to UFC. She's a star. You know what I mean? She's a star. Sign her.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, they need to, if they really want to make it work, they got to invest some cash into bringing in some players, so that it gives people like you and everybody else that's like a hardcore jiu-jitsu fan to go, nah, this is the league. This is what it is. See, CJI, all this stuff that's going on, ADCC is cool, but the UFC actually has it down now. But they're not there yet. They're nowhere near. Like you said, they got 3 champions and no real divisions.
They're not near, but they have an opportunity right now, I think, because with CGI not having another event, this is the time. Go sign all these big guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
Put some money, invest it. I don't know, like if you need to sign at least 20 top legit guys, that probably means you got to invest like a couple of $1 million, but
yeah,
I think it's going to be worth it in the long run.
I think so too. I think they have an opportunity to make it work, and they just have to make it happen. I mean, it's TKO. It's not just the UFC. It's the WWE. It's the UFC. It's all of combat sports owned by one giant company. They've got money. They've got deep pockets. They can make this thing work. They tell you every week how much money they're making. Every week they come out, we made this, this, and this. We're this. You know, come on. You're signing $1 billion streaming deals.
They have the network to promote it also, like you say. You know, put some promotion during WWE events, during the UFC events, etc.
During the Canelo boxing fights now. That's all part of the show. Like those commercials
this weekend,
are running.
I think.
Yeah, no, it's
this
next
weekend. Yeah,
next weekend.
Next week,
I think. Yeah, 13th of September. That's when UFC Noche is happening. But that's not what's happening this weekend. It's UFC Paris. The UFC in Paris. Nasruddin Imavov, the headliner, the Frenchman from Dagestan, but French. Born in Dagestan, fights out of Paris, France. Moved at the age of 9 to France. So, it's a good mix. He is also from Dagestan. I mean, you can't escape Dagestan, guys. You get a guy from France, you're like, he's from France, but also he's born in Dagestan. Like, they're everywhere in the UFC. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, he's a French guy. He's from France. No. Here's a secret. Dagestan.
I mean, it's like, isn't Kamzat from Sweden or something like that?
Well, he's born in Dagestan, I think, but grew up in Sweden.
Okay, but he grew up in like Sweden.
Yeah. Dagestan. I'm telling you. They got something going on there. I don't know what it is, but it's crazy. 16-4 is Nasruddin Imavov, coming off a win over Israel Adesanya by TKO. Beat him pretty good. He's a dangerous man, Nasruddin. Caio Borralho, also dangerous. 32 years old. 17-1, coming off a decision win over Jared Cannonier. He's looked really impressive. Well-rounded MMA fighter, smart fighter. I've been very impressed with Caio Borralho. But Nasruddin is really tough too. Like, this is a very good fight. I'm torn on this one. Let's see what the odds are.
I'll tell you what, man.
Yeah.
I was going to say, as you look for that,
yeah.
You know, we were talking about who's getting the next title fight. I feel this is a bigger matchup, like a prestigious matchup. The Imanov-Barao fight is a bigger fight than Hernandez and the reader.
I agree. This is a massive fight. I would give the winner of this the title shot. Like, no matter how they win, unless it's like a controversial decision where, but I would lean towards one of these guys. Caio Borralho minus 130 the favorite, Nasruddin Imavov plus 100 the underdog. That's pretty much how I feel. I'm leaning towards Borralho, but I think it could go either way. I like it. It's a good fight. I got Borralho by decision. I think this one goes all 5, and Caio gets a decision in Nasruddin's hometown.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Borralho also. Like, he has one loss in his career, but it's really a while back. And in the UFC, he's been flawless. He's been solid. Imanov's a good fighter also, though. And his last win against Adesanya was very impressive. He has wins against Brendan Allen, Jared Cannonier. Those are legit guys. So it's going to be an excellent matchup. What did you say the odd is again?
Minus 130 Borralho, plus 100 Imavov.
That makes sense, man. I think maybe if it was like on neutral ground, maybe Caio's a little bit more of a favorite, but no, that makes about sense, man. But I'm going to pick Caio also.
All right, we're going with Caio Borralho in the main event. Co-main event, pretty good. Benoit Saint-Denis, BSD, taking on Mauricio Hoofy. Hoofy, 12-1, coming off a spinning wheel kick knockout over Bobby Green that was unbelievable. Hoofy, 29 years old, out of Brazil. Also with Caio Borralho, part of that very tough, up-and-coming Fight Nerds fight team. They have been winning fights, beating people up left and right. Everybody on this team. They got the funny glasses. They've been rolling. I'm going to go double Fight Nerds in this one. I got Mauricio Hoofy, the Hoofian, minus 190 the favorite. Benoit Saint-Denis plus 145. It's going to be a sad night in France as the Fight Nerds come through and beat everybody up.
See, I'm gonna take a chance on BSD. I think BSD is gonna come back. Like, Rufy, his last fight had a nice win against Bobby Green, King Green. But I don't think King Green's at that high of a level of a fighter. I think he's a good brawler and all that. I don't know, man. I'm gonna take a chance with BSD, who's lost two of his last 3 fights. But I still think he's a solid fighter. So Benoit Saint-Denis by decision against Rufy.
All right. Freddie going with BSD. How about Modestas Bukauskas versus Paul Craig? Paul Craig out of Scotland.
I'm surprised Modesta's such a big favorite. Like, I feel Paul Craig is a decent enough fighter, but Modestas is on a good winning streak, 3 in a row. Won
Craig's been
7
losing
of his
a lot.
last 8. Yeah. So I guess the odds probably make sense. I'll probably go with Modesta. Yeah, you're right. Paul Craig's really been losing a lot.
He's lost 6 of his last 7 with 1 no contest and 1, or no, 6 of his last 8 with 1 no contest and 1 win. Is that it?
5 of his last 7.
Okay,
I see.
Yeah, he's lost a lot, and Modestas Bukauskas is on a 3-fight win streak, and he's won 7 of his last 8. I think that's a Bukauskas fight. Bukauskas as well is 31. Paul Craig, 37 years old. 37 is tough. Tough to be a UFC fighter at 37. Things are falling apart. How about this guy, Losain Keita? Coming in, taking on Patricio Pitbull. This is Losain Keita's first fight in the UFC. He was the Octagon lightweight champion. Octagon is a European league. Where is Octagon?
Belgium, maybe?
Something like
I
that.
see he's from Belgium.
Somewhere in there, maybe Germany, in those parts.
Czech Republic.
That's where Octagon is?
Yeah, Czech Republic.
Well, this guy, he seems pretty impressive. He's winning a lot of fights. He's knocking people out. But that's all outside the UFC. Patricio Pitbull, the Bellator guy, coming in to the UFC. I just got invaded, by the way. Oh, boy. Double invasion. I'm getting invaded here by the animals. All right, come over here, animals. You might as well get on and say hi to everybody. Say hi to Fred. Come here,
Flex.
animals. There you go. Flex for Fred. All right, the animals are here. All right. All right, time to go. Whoa, 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 watch out. You're going to skip over a wire here, kid. You go. You go first. Then Zev will go. All right, chill. Total debacle. The show's been overrun with animals.
Hey.
Good God Almighty. She gone? Get out of here. Hey, don't even. Get out of here. He's trying to mess with everything here. Where was I? I don't know where I was. Unbelievable, Fred.
Octagon MMA, Patricio Pitbull, Lozane Keita.
Yeah, Patricio Pitbull came into his first UFC fight and he lost against Yair Rodriguez, but then he bounced back. And now he's welcoming a guy to the UFC. Patricio Pitbull just fought in July. He's bouncing back right away, coming off a win. He wants to keep things going. It's a pretty short turnaround, and he's got a tough opponent. Pitbull doesn't want to waste any time. He's only had 2 fights in the UFC, and he's 38 years old. You can understand he wants to make some money, wants to get things going. Problem is, this guy, Lozane Keita, very dangerous, 27 years old. It's an interesting fight because you go, well, Patricio, he's fought higher-level guys. He's got the experience. He's fought 2 now in the UFC, coming off a win over Dan Ige. But he's also 38, and this new guy is on a tear and 27 and could be real dangerous. Odds makers have Lozane Keita minus 230 the favorite. Patricio Pitbull plus 175 the underdog. But first fight in the UFC, I'm a little surprised Keita is such a big favorite. There's a lot of hype around him, but he's fighting the Pitbull. Pitbull's fought some real guys. Keita has not fought anybody real.
No, for sure. First fight in the UFC, there's always jitters. And if you look at, like you said, Patricio lost his first fight in the UFC. Recently, we had Patchy Mix that lost his fight in a way that he didn't live up to the hype. But, man, I don't know, man. Patricio, I like. Look, legend from, he's been in the game for a very long time. I'm still going to go with the young prospect. Even though I don't know him, he has a bunch of knockouts, impressive record, and a lot of hype. So I'm going to go with the young guy, Lozane Keita.
Yeah, I think there's a temptation to go there. I'm just, it's an interesting fight. Is that on the prelims? Is that on the main card?
First fight of the main card.
First fight of the main card. This is a decent card here in France. Marcin Tybura, Ante Delia at heavyweight on the prelims. Brad Tavares, UFC veteran on the prelims. It's not bad. You got a parlay?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Caio Barao and Benoit Saint-Denis. And yeah, I'm going to keep it with those two.
Okay. Let me see here. Caio Barao and the BSD. I like how simple you kept it. I think I'm going to keep it simple too, but I'm going to be different. Okay. Oof, what's happening? There we go. So BSD plus 145, Barado minus 130. 20 gets you something. 86.69. How about it? That's money for you. That's the Team Fred parlay. I'm going to give you something a little different. I'll go with Kaio, Hoofy, Bukauskas, and I think I'm going to go with Ante Delia. It's a 4-fight parlay. I'm going a little crazy here, Fred. This is a little nuts. More crazy than I expected, but things just spiraled. Here we go. Hoofy, minus 190. Buskauskas, minus 370. Ante Delia, minus 110. Caio Borraio, minus 130. It's a 4-fight parlay, plus 555. 20 gets you 130.97. Ooh. Big payout. I like it. That's a Team Dave parlay. It's Delia, it's Bukauskas, it's Hoofy, and Borraio. I'll take it. I just saw a thing where TMZ is reporting Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson are going to box each other in 2026.
Why?
I don't know. Money? I think they figure they'll make a lot of money.
I mean, after Mike Tyson's last fight, why would anybody want to see that again, man?
I don't know,
bad,
but
man.
Mike
His
Tyson
last-
tweeted this out less than an hour ago.
And plus, like, Tyson's a heavyweight. Floyd Mayweather is super small. Like, it makes no sense, man. I don't know.
Special exhibition
I'll watch,
live
but-
2026 worldwide broadcast. Legend versus legend. Tyson versus Mayweather.
I don't like
It's a
these
poster.
exhibitions also, man.
Well, they can't have a real fight because the weight class wouldn't work.
Yeah, waste of time. I'll still watch.
I mean, everybody's going to watch, Fred. That's the thing. It's dumb. We can all agree it's dumb, but everybody's going to watch this thing because it's Mike Tyson against Floyd Mayweather. I mean, yeah, that's funny. Let's watch it. You put anybody with a name in a boxing ring, people are going to watch it. They don't even have to be boxers. The Paul brothers prove that. You just go in and box, say you're a boxer, and people will believe you.
I love how they matched, their face, but in real life, Mayweather's head's probably half the size of Tyson's head. I mean, they're not in the same weight class at all.
Yeah. Why are their heads the same size? That doesn't make sense. Oh. Well, there it is. I saw it. I said, no way. But now Mike's tweeting out a poster. I mean, this seems real. I thought Mike, after the last one, said he'd never fight again. He lied. How about it? Ridiculous. Anything else going on?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Shout out Antoinette in the chat. She says, "Where is everyone?" I don't know. I didn't see a lot of the members in the chat tonight. That's okay.
They're all partying with AJ.
Everybody's with, yeah, when AJ's not here, And what else are we talking about? You see Tony Ferguson beat up that guy in boxing?
Yep. Good for Tony.
People are saying it's
I saw-
controversial finish. I didn't see it was controversial. I thought he just whooped his ass.
Yeah. I
Maybe it was just a
mostly
late
saw that,
stoppage.
who else fought? There was Darren Till against Luke Rockhold, and there was
Yeah.
another UFC. Who was the other guy? I'm forgetting.
don't-
But anyways, the Tony Ferguson fight is the one that got the most views by a lot. Like, people were interested by Tony Ferguson. So
People
good
were
for him.
very happy that he won a fight. They're like, bring him back to the UFC. Let's go. He's back.
Maybe not.
No, I
Maybe
don't
not.
think so. But it was nice to see him on the winning end, knocking somebody out again. That was fun. Yeah, Luke Rockhold got knocked out by Darren Till in a boxing match. That was weird.
Fuck out.
Yeah, real
I
bad.
think Rockhold said also that this was his last fight. He doesn't want to get knocked out no more. I read something like that.
I mean, yeah, maybe some jiu-jitsu or something, but come on. It's enough. Brian Battle, he boxed too, right? He won. He got cut by the UFC because he missed weight a couple times. And then he was supposed to fight, but they cut him because he missed weight. They canceled the fight. So he turns around, gets another fight in some, was it a bare knuckle boxing or something? Or something like that, right? I don't know what it was. Dirty boxing? I don't know. Some sort of like not quite boxing match, but he won that. So good for him. He might find his way back in the UFC. A lot of people doing that stuff. All sorts of different kinds of boxing going on. Bare knuckle boxing. Like the Tony Ferguson fight, was that just boxing or was it something else?
Not sure.
The Darren Till thing, was that boxing?
I think it was.
Was that the same show?
I think so.
I just saw clips of it. I'm
watched
not
the
watching
highlights.
these events. Yeah, that's it. I have no
course
idea.
not.
I know it happened around the same time, but I have no idea if it was even on the same event. What's Misfits Boxing? What's that? That's a thing, right? Was that Darren Till? Wasn't he on that?
Yeah.
Hold on.
That was the name of
Misfits Boxing. Misfits Boxing, Darren Till. No, that Tony Ferguson was not on the same card, I don't think. Wait, was he? Oh, he was. Oh, Dylan Dennis
yeah,
fought
that's
a
the
guy
guy
in like
I was looking.
MMA? It was like an MMA fight? Because he submitted him. So they do MMA on Misfits Boxing. It was in England. Darren Till knocked out Luke Rockhold, and Tony Ferguson knocked out Salt Pappy, whoever that is. And they had some other fights on this. But this was all the same show. Dylan Dennis, former Conor McGregor jiu-jitsu coach, a guy so reprehensible that Khabib felt the need to jump and attack him directly after beating up Conor McGregor. Khabib was going after Dylan Dennis specifically. He wanted him. The eagle landed. And that's what's going on in MMA, people. We will be back tomorrow night. I'll be back with Johnny tomorrow night to talk professional wrestling. That'll be pro wrestling talk. We'll talk about all the things happening and other stuff. Fred, we did it. AJ, congratulations. You're a good boy. And we'll see you all again real soon here on the Ringside Report Network.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word. Please share this episode on whichever social media platform you use. Add a comment below and consider reviewing us on Apple Podcasts. We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our website at ringsidereport.net.